Tesla electric team, and we are partnering with Rebu, who has an electric business in Nigeria. And some of his main problems are that he doesn't know how to install solar panels, which could be really beneficial for his business. And he also has problems with marketing and advertising.
The ideas that our team came up with, it will help Rabu and other Nigerian households to have less power outages and less blackouts, and to have even more electricity.
Rabu's only current form of marketing is by word of mouth. After speaking with him, he made it very clear to us that he does not wish to invest any money in any other advertising. This led us to come up with a resource-effective marketing scheme that revolves around displaying his work throughout the community. By showcasing his work, by putting up a sign in the yards of his happy customers announcing that they were serviced by Rabu, it would display the quality of his work as well as the benefits of solar. We also redesigned his logo, which my colleague can tell you more about.
Well, our logo shows what it is a light bulb with his initials in it, because that's what he chose us. That's what he chose as his company name. And underneath the light bulb, underneath the initials, it says electricity company, because that's what he does. And we chose light bulb because solar, and that's what mainly powering his houses, schools, hospitals, any building that wants to have solar electricity that's efficient. And this logo will show us that show people that he's reliable, and that whenever they see his logo out from someone's yard, they know they can relate back to him, and they will know he's reliable because they see other people using him.
Okay, so there really is no easy answer on how to install a solar panel. Every brand is different. Every type of solar panel is different. It's not like one easy, oh, just install it, here's the instructions. So it's all going to depend on which type he buys. But here are really the essentials he's going to need, which, as you can see, he doesn't have electric tools, which he's going to have to buy with his grant, his $200 grant in U.S. currency. He's going to have to buy pretty much all this stuff, most likely more with, as I said, it'll depend on the type of solar panel he buys. And then, he'll be able to figure out what he needs to do and how he's going to install them.
So here is the light bulb we came up with and the sign that we put out in front of the yard. As you can tell, it shows that it has our logo, and it's something that people can relate back to and they can remember him by.
So in conclusion, Rebu really wants to do this for the community, since he's really lighting up the community, basically. He wants this in homes and in hospitals and in places like that. So we really were inspired by him, and we really want him to succeed, and we think that these strategies will help him.
The first thing that makes me appeal, did you call his name Red Bull or Rabu?
Rabu.
Okay, I thought you said Red Bull. I said okay.
No, Red Bull.
His name is a Red Bull, I got
Okay, so actually you guys have very good ideas, and I love it, because these are some of the technical issues he faces, but what I'm expecting actually is more of that. And the issue, the reason why I say more of that is that there are some technical, there are some items actually, the way you call them here is actually different. So maybe if you just send me like a list of items, I have to keep saying, okay, wait a minute, what is this, right? Like, I know I went through a lot of students who were asking me, okay, what is spinal? So, and the way we call it there is different, the way you call it is different. So if you can add like pictures I think that will make a lot easier. Yeah, but if not, you guys have a really good idea, and I love it. Thank you.
Okay, so I think the use of the yard sign for a business is a good idea, especially since you mentioned you wasn't interested in spending any additional money on advertising. I also appreciate that you were honest about the challenges, that it's not easy in any way to install solar panels, but I would suggest maybe coming up with some alternatives aside from the ones that you mentioned.
Thank you.
I think you did a good job.
So, two things. One, you guys rolled with the punches in your presentation. Like when your logo didn't come up, kept going. Not every team does that. That's hard to do. It's fortitude. I'm serious. So that showed a lot. The other thing was you were telling the business owner something he had to hear. Like he only has a $200 grant, and you said a lot in your presentation. He still needs to buy more. Like sometimes the hardest thing to tell a business owner is the thing he needs to hear the most, is that for him to take that next step to keep growing his business, he's going to spend more money than he has or invest more money than he thinks he needs to. And sometimes that honesty with him, so he knows the challenges, are exactly what they need to hear. So for that, your fortitude and honesty, I really commend you on your presentation. Great job, everybody.
Thank you.
Join the Global Young Innovators Initiative. Transform the world. www.icantransformtheworld.org